Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. And if that diamond ring is brass, Papa's gonna buy you a looking glass. Come on up. Okay, all right. Quiet down. Come on, come on. Attaboy. And if that looking glass gets broke.
Oh, Seneca.
And if that billy goat won't pull, Papa's gonna buy you a cart and bull. Attaboy. And if that cart and... If he sees you, he's gonna be wide awake again.
Does it matter if he's wide awake?
We see, I disturbed his nap. And the nurse made it very clear that I had only 5 minutes with him. See, it's been 20 minutes, so I'm trying to cover my tracks.
That one? She is overly protective of her patients.
She's a terror. And she refuses to accept the fact that I outrank her.
Nevertheless, you followed her orders.
Well, I mean, she has Edmund's best interests at heart, and I'm scared of her.
Oh, he really must be that, or else he wouldn't act like that.
Yep, it's safe to laugh again.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. Because I am planning an overnight, I want to make sure he's definitely out of the woods.
Edmund is definitely out of the woods, and I commend you on your good sense.
Do you?
What, are you kidding? You have spent every minute here since he got ill. I'll tell you, the smartest thing for you and for your son is for you to unwind for a complete day at least.
Well, then maybe I'll leave tonight.
Yeah, well, listen, if he can swing 2 days, Edmund will just be fine. Believe me, with Miss Wood and myself to look after him, your child is perfectly safe.
I believe you. But I don't think I need a whole day. Maybe less. Anyway, I promise I'll be back tomorrow morning.
Well, if you go to the beach, you should get some sun. It's silly. Why hurry back?
Actually, I'm not going to the beach. I'm flying up to see Frank.
Why?
Primarily because he came here last night to see him. He was here.
You saw him?
No, Maeve told me.
I don't understand.
I think you do.
You're still hanging in. You ready to drop everything and go rushing after him just because he deigns to visit his critically ill son in the hospital?
That's not the way it is at all. And besides, it's none of your business.
No. See, you're wrong. When I see you making a disastrous mistake, that is my business.
Just 2 more minutes, Kevin.
What the heck? Take 5.
What are you doing here?
It's in the neighborhood. What about you?
I'm working.
Your mother's kitchen table.
I'm almost finished. I've just about got it under control.
What about our original plan of Ryan and Jumbo and I clearing out the place so you could work at home?
I did most of the work here. I just came by here to finish up. And since you've completely broken my concentration, where is Ryan?
Well, the last time I saw her, she was at the San Gennaro Social Club, sitting on a pinball machine.
Jumbo's watching her?
He's not watching her, he's educating her. Did you know that our daughter is crazy about clams?
Just as long as she gets home by 6 o'clock. Dinner's at 6:30 sharp.
Leave you in a temper, I find you in a temper. If the work's done, something else must be eating you.
Nothing's eating me. I'm just busy.
That you won't go to the office.
I will. I was on my way there. I just came by here to... To hide. I thought I had done enough work at home, but I just couldn't face my desk without plowing through the rest of these papers. I know I'm going to have 80 phone calls as soon as I open the door. How can I think with all of this backlog stuff in my head?
You can't.
Well, I can now.
Mary, press secretary's too big a job. Was dumped on you. You got no help. You're frazzled.
I am not. I'm fine.
Mary,
I'm fine. Frank's gonna find somebody else. Until then, I can handle it. And be a good wife and mother and daughter and sister. We mustn't forget that.
Where is your sister, anyway?
Hopefully on her way to Australia.
What was that?
I don't know where Siobhan is. Probably out with the dog in the park, letting him run off the leash, breaking the law, having fun.
Big fight or a little fight?
I wouldn't stoop to fight with Siobhan. No. She met Seneca Bolak today and declared him a cuddle. You don't argue with that.
Nah, you hit it with a stick.
You ignore it, Jack. If she doesn't understand that Seneca wronged her brother, then she's beyond our reach.
Has rather dark overtones. You are gonna cut her out of the family?
Listen, she's the one who has trouble with loyalties. Her attitude is Seneca's cute, Frank's a good boy, and Jillian is old enough to help herself. Fair game for all. Do you believe it?
I'm not sure.
When all Frank wants to do in the world is marry Jillian.
You're sure that Siobhan said she doesn't give a damn?
Words to that effect. She also suggested that I was a sucker for Frank and for the parents, and that I didn't have the courage to think for myself, which is really charming coming from that infant's mouth. All in all, it's a miracle I got anything done today. But I did.
Well, 'cause you're smart and you're determined.
And I'm mad.
That too. Hey. Don't try to do everything, huh?
I like to do everything. I'll see you at the dinner table. Meatloaf, baked potato, and salad.
Wouldn't it be easier if Ryan and I just have some pasta with Jumbo, then you can come home?
I said I'd make dinner. I plan to make dinner, and I'm gonna do it.
Fine. 6:30.
6:30.
I'm sure you didn't mean that.
Not in the sense that I want to control you, no.
Good.
But as someone who loves you, who's someone who knows you very well, I just can't stand silently by and watch you head straight for trouble.
By your definition, Frank is trouble. By mine, he's the father of my child. And I may still marry him.
No. I see you've been backing away from that for weeks now. Maybe it's still alive in your fantasy, I don't know. The good life in Washington, the Senate, the kids, the home. But you've stopped reaching out for it. And you're right. Jillian, don't slip back now.
Seneca, I'm going upstate. Now, you've answered my questions about Edmund. We have nothing else to say to each other.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not going to allow you to define what our conversations are going to be. If I'm going to tell you about Edmund's illness, if I'm going to support you when he's in surgery, if I'm going to be available as a friend, then I have a right to speak out on Frank. And you owe it to me not to walk away.
Okay. You have a point.
All right. Sit down. I won't lecture. Frank is Edmund's father. See, it is appropriate for him to come to the hospital. I mean, I don't understand why you're so desperately grateful.
That is not the way I feel at all.
Okay, how do you feel?
Well, I don't know if I can tell you because I don't know if you're capable of listening with an open mind.
Maybe not. Try me.
Okay. First of all, I am not desperately grateful. Sure, I'm glad that Frank made a decision to come see his son without me prompting him. And I also agree with Maeve. That it proves that he puts the people he loves ahead of his work.
You discussed this with Maeve?
Yeah. Do you object?
I like Maeve, but she is a very persuasive talker, and she is always pulling for Frank. Now, she's hardly the person to come to for objective advice.
What she offered was information. That Frank came here, he saw the baby, and he talked to the nurse, who proceeded to tell him that I was at your place. I mean, predictably, he misunderstood and walked out with the wrong impression.
And did not give you the benefit of the doubt. Predictably.
You know, this is a waste. Look, all you need to know is that I will be back tomorrow morning.
Jillian, he misunderstood. Why can't you clear it up over the telephone?
Because I can't do it on the phone. I need to see him, face to face. I need to sit down and talk with him carefully and slowly and find out where we stand. Seneca, Frank has made a move. Now I need to make one because I'm sick and tired of being in limbo. Last night you were the one that told me, hey, straighten things out with Frank. Well, this is my chance. And it's not just because of him. It's because of you. You've invested a lot of love and hope in me. And God, I can't let you go on swinging along, stringing you along. You keep giving and I keep taking and I can't...
Jillian.
No, just listen to me, okay? You keep giving and I keep taking. That is unfair, and it cannot go along indefinitely. Look, I'm not going to see Frank because I'm grateful. I want to find out what is left.
You're going to come back married?
Yeah. Flying on my magic carpet.
I'm serious.
Seneca, what happens, happens. But I know that I need to go.
Wake up.
I am. This agenda looks great.
Oh, now that's what I call real enthusiasm. Poor love. It's a wonder you're keeping your eyes open at all with the night you've had.
No, I'm not all that tired.
No, just sad.
Hey, I don't want to discuss Jill.
Okay, we won't discuss Jill. We will talk about the wonderful day we're going to have and the beautiful night.
Mother?
Yes, dear.
Oh. Hello.
Maeve just went to the bank. Johnny's outside hollering at the delivery guy. Kevin's inside, and I'm doing research.
Is Mary upstairs by any chance?
No.
Well, then I guess I'll wait.
I don't know about Maeve, but Mary won't be going any more rounds today. She's at the office.
Any more rounds?
As in fight, confrontation, fireworks?
Look, it wasn't my fault. I didn't start it.
Right.
Whatever they said to you, I swear, I came in here fresh from a corporal work of mercy and innocently began to... A corporal work of mercy, visiting the sick. My nephew Edmund.
Oh.
And in the process, I met Seneca Bolak, whom I found to be a decent sort. But good grief, I say one good word about him, and all three of them go berserk. And suddenly I've betrayed the family.
That ain't the way I heard it.
Mother and Daddy didn't exactly go berserk.
And, Mary?
Yeah, Mary got very upset. That is the truth.
Because you liked Seneca.
That touched it off, yeah.
And what finished it?
Is that Finn whining
At the
downstairs?
cellar door?
Yeah.
No, that's you, squirming.
I committed the unpardonable sin. I refused to rally around Frank.
That was dumb.
I spoke my mind. I said Frank can handle his own love life. And I, for one, am not interested in taking sides.
That was dumb.
Oh, no, this is dumb, talking to you. Why is it everybody in this family so ready to pounce? I think it's in the food, I really do.
Don't you eat here?
Not much. Dog usually gets to my plate before I do. I came back here to apologize, and there's nobody here.
So you were putting me on, huh?
No, I'm not sorry for anything I said. The only thing I'm sorry for is the way I said it, I guess. I didn't mean to antagonize anybody.
You just fell into it.
Yeah, in a way.
Baloney.
Thank you. That's a nice vote of confidence.
Look, you know damned well that there's one surefire way to mobilize every ounce of Ryan hostility, and that is to dump on Frank.
Oh, wonderful. You're going to explain my family to me again?
Okay. Let's just talk about my wife. I have a little expertise there, right? Now, I went through 2 distinct phases with Mary. When I first started going with her, I was suspicious of Frank's politics, and she shut me out. I got to know him. I got to appreciate him. She opened up. Same with Maeve. Same with Pat. Same with Johnny. Well, Johnny, he acknowledged my existence anyway.
So you learned a good trick.
It wasn't a trick. I learned to like Frank. He's become a good friend.
So I offended you, too? Oh, no wonder my ears were burning out there. You were all tearing me to pieces.
Don't flatter yourself, Siobhan. When I got here, Mary was alone, and she was uptight because she had a long, dreary afternoon of work ahead of her. We devoted precious little time to you.
Hey, if you guys had a fight because of me, I am really...
You have not been a ray of sunshine today, but I can't blame you for Mary's workload.
I do blame you, however, for taking Seneca's side over Frank. You should have known better.
I should have lied?
It's another one of those things that you didn't have to talk about.
Well, I'm not going to censor myself every time my sister is around or my parents. I don't think Frank needs a cheering section. I say what I think, and that's just the way I am.
You told me you wanted to change.
I want to find out if it's possible for me to fit into this family, but I will be damned if I have to start compromising about the truth.
All I'm suggesting is that you keep your mouth shut once in a while. You don't have to lie. Just don't offer up the truth so relentlessly.
Whenever Frank does it, they just love him for it.
You want to be loved? Use your head.
Oh, wonderful. I have got a brand new big brother.
And then after the meeting, cocktails and a brief reception, after which time we are free to play.
No plans for after dinner?
Pretty big plans for after dinner.
You know, you really are very nice to me.
If only you knew how easy that is.
No, it isn't. Because I'm down and you're working like crazy trying to cheer me up. And I want you to know that I'm aware of it and I appreciate it.
And it ain't working.
Well, I'll improve once we get underway. You see, I'll go to that luncheon and I'll have my roast beef and my peas and my potato puffs, and pretty soon I'll be grinning from ear to ear.
Oh, you make it sound so awful, and I want you to have a wonderful day.
I know. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go downstairs, get some coffee, and give the old circulation a boost.
Don't. Let's stay here.
No, those are dangerous words. But sitting here, I'd say sitting here would be my second favorite thing to do today.
Yeah? What would be your first?
Fishing. On a nice, quiet river in an old rowboat.
All alone, right?
Right. Well, I might bring you along.
You want to go fishing? We'll go fishing.
Someday soon.
Today.
Oh, yeah?
We call everybody up, cancel. The candidate is not feeling well. We find a nearby river, rent a creaky boat, and we float with the undercurrent. I'm game if you are.
My God, you know, I think you'd do it.
I'd do anything to make you happy.
Thank you. But no thank you, because there are a lot of people expecting me, and I can't cut out on them.
Sure.
Positive. But it was a good thought. Even cheered me up a little.
Well, that's something.
Come on, before I start another fantasy.
Save that for this evening. The night begins with champagne and peeled grapes.
Yeah. A dancing girl?
Several. You think I'm kidding?
No, Ray. If you say this evening is going to be big, it's going to be big. I believe you.
Right.
Up, up.
I'm sorry there's no answer in Mr. Ryan's room. Would you care to leave a message?
Yeah. Would you tell him that Jillian Coleridge called? And that I'll be flying up there tonight. I should be arriving somewhere around 11 p.m.
Around 11 p.m. Very good. I'll see that he gets this.
Thanks very much.
This Thursday, Spontaneity meets Stuffy. He lives life, and she has to pay for it, literally. Sounds like a job for the guy who wrote the book on relationships.